Hey everybody, welcome to this A2 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Before we start, remember to sign up for a $1 listening practice seminars at powerenglish.com and download a free listening time podcast so you can practice your listening skills. So today, I'm gonna talk about neighborhoods. I think this is an interesting topic because neighborhoods look and function differently in different countries. Specifically, I want to talk about American neighborhoods, and even more specifically, I want to focus on residential neighborhoods such as the suburbs. In the US, I must say that most people have to go to eventually live in a house in a residential neighborhood. Sure, some people prefer living in apartments in the city, but I still think that most people still want to buy a house someday when they have enough money. So living in a house is a suburb is very common in the US. I spent my whole childhood living in residential areas in Southern California, so I have a lot of experience in those types of neighborhoods. So, what are some of these elements of American neighborhoods? First of all, there's a pretty distinct American style of houses. Of course, our houses have triangular roofs. You've probably seen this in movies and in TV shows. American houses also have a garage, a driveway, a front yard, and a backyard. Houses in other countries might not have all these different elements, but in the US, these features are all really popular. What's interesting for some foreigners in the US, houses often don't have fancy fences in the front yard. This means when you're in your front yard, you can easily see and interact with your neighbors. This makes it uncomfortable, but it does help neighbors be friendly with each other. However, in backyards, there are always fences or gates. The area is a little more private. Because normally a place in the backyard, front yard, or in the street of the neighborhood is not much busy. Typically, residential neighborhoods are pretty safe in the US, so kids can play outside without parents worrying too much. But parents do need to keep an eye on their kids just to be safe. For kids, it's really common to make friends with the other kids in the neighborhood. I remember when I was growing up that I always played with my neighbors. I actually became good friends with them. In other countries, it's common to see children playing soccer in the street in different neighborhoods. But in the US, it's more common to see kids playing other sports and games. Now let's talk about a little bit about being a good neighborhood. In the US, it's very important to have respect for your neighbors. For example, it's not acceptable to play really loud music at loud party at night. If they do this after 10 p.m., your neighbor will probably call the police. This is extremely common in the US because police actually respond to these noise complaints. They show up at your house and tell you to be quiet or you'll be in trouble. Also, in many neighborhoods, it's better to maintain your house and your front yard well. People don't like it when the neighbor's house or front yard looks ugly or neglected. You can actually make the neighboring houses less valuable. On the other hand, one of the great things about residential neighborhoods in the US is a sense of community. Traditionally, people are friendly and helpful in these types of areas. For example, if you move to a suburb, it's very common for your neighbors to bring you over some homemade food and welcome you to the neighborhood. Also, people help each other out in this neighborhood. For instance, if you're on vacation, it's common to ask your neighbors to keep an eye in your house and even one of your friends or things like that. The sense of community is definitely a big positive of living in residential neighborhoods in the US. Alright, now I'm going to ask you some questions about today's video to see how well you understood. What shape is the typical American roof? Yes! Triangular roof. Second, No, do American houses have fences for front yard or backyard? Yes. Most American houses have fences in the backyard because, but it doesn't have fences in the front yard. In the US, what might happen if you make a lot of noise at night? The thing happens. Yes, you could be in trouble, and the neighbors will call the police. They tell them to be quiet, or you'll be in big trouble. Alright, remember to download for $1 listening practice seminars at polycourse.com. And remember to download a free listening time podcast so you can practice your listening skills. Also, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow us on Instagram. I'll see you next time.